Good day, everyone, and welcome to another discussion on Filipino psychology. And for this time, we'll be talking about Pinoy management style or the Filipino management styles, right? I've already sent the notes in Canvas, but for now, let's talk about the five types of Filipino managers by Ernesto Franco, right? The first on the list is the management by kayod, or in Filipino, kayod is a term that means to sweat it out or to give oneself to hard work or to work hard, really work hard for the team, right? So, if a manager is considered as a realist, no, he could cut down problems into manageable size, and he gives a fast decision, all right, or he is a fast decision maker. He is impatient and shrewd as well, no? That um, he wants everything na matapos agad, or he wants something to be finished immediately, right? He's also a person, or he is the kind of manager who is highly dedicated to his work, right? He knows how to use people, and his manners are rather formal and that of an introvert. Okay, so he's a serious worker and will not give into bribing or any anomalous deals. Okay, so he is the one who works hard for the team. Okay, now other characteristic of this person is he's like an ant, no? Working and working and working, right? So working in the office or even outside his office. Okay, working day and in and out, no difference between Sundays and holidays. Okay, so his work is his pleasure in life. Okay, or this is like his hobby. Okay, or we can call this person as the workaholic person. Okay, now the second one here is the management by lusot, or the opportunist. Okay, wherein lusot in Filipino, okay, it literally means, no, capitalizing on a loophole, right? If a person is considered as an opportunist, or his management is by lusot, no, he would always look on loopholes of anything that will use them to avoid too much work as or as an excuse for failure, okay? Or the palusot syndrome of Filipinos, okay? That he is a manager that blames others, okay? He is also given to make shortcuts and to do unconventional or even illegal ways to attain objectives, okay? Like bribery, bribing other people. But generally, they are extrovert person or people. Cool. They could deal with people informally and like to resort to shaky deals, okay, to achieve easy settlements. The opportunist managers. Okay. So other characteristic of this management is um, they are galawgaw, or there's no definite philosophy or commitment in their work. Okay, and they have no conscience, walang konsensya, or they prefer to take shortcuts, as I've mentioned earlier. Right. So their favorite motto is to give or to bribe other people. just to get their way. Okay. Now, the next manager that we'll discuss is management by libro, okay, or manager who is considered as an idealist. Okay. Now, if a person is considered as an idealist or libro, for those people who don't understand Filipino, libro is a borrowed term from the Spanish people, okay, which literally means book, okay. For the um, Filipinos, we call it aklat. No? Now, if one is considered to be as an idealist, okay, they go by the rules or by the book, okay. So they are considered as the thinkers, okay. They are very cautious. What else? Um, they are the people who is considered as very meticulous in planning, okay, and they strive for professional performance, okay, but sometimes they could be stubborn, okay, because they would like to see quality results, okay, and they have high standards, okay. They are usually adequate, or they have adequate training on management, okay. So they're well educated when they are considered as the idealist manager, okay. Now, um, what are other characteristics that we could provide for them is um, what else? They have systems to follow. Okay, they are very scientific, procedural. Okay, placed by the rule of the book, and they like to attack the total problem. Okay, not just the parts. So they tend to be very slow, okay, but then very cautious. His critics, okay, in his critics, okay, slowly but surely, okay, and they like to think first before deciding on anything, okay. Now, next here is the management by Oido, okay, and again, Oido is borrowed term from the Spanish people, wherein Oido comes from the Spanish word oír or OIR or to listen. Okay, so the manager learns his managerial skills by oído or by ear, okay, or by just listening to other people. Okay, so he has a vast field of practical experiences to compensate for his lack of formal management education. Okay, so as we all know, not all managers are graduates of a 4 year course or something like this or like that. Some managers are uneducated, but then they are very good in managing by just listening to other people, okay, listening to other managers, okay, and they act it out, okay. Literally, he is the opposite of the liberal manager, okay. They are not that meticulous, okay, but then they want to listen to other people, okay. And lastly, the fifth type of Filipino managers is the management by suyod, or the other term for this is ugnayan, okay, or the reconsider. Okay. Now, this kind of manager is a hybrid of all types of managers. Okay, meaning to say, when we say hybrid, is there's some part of it that he is a manager by oido, Libro by Lusot or Kayut. Okay, so it integrates various styles of management depending on the need and conditions of his or the organization. Okay, and he likes to participate and very coordinative. Okay, he coordinates to other departments like um, if he is serving as the dean, okay, he would coordinate it to every faculty of the organization. Okay, what else are the characteristic of this person or manager? Okay, now they are very comprehensive. Okay, there's a thoroughness in their work. Okay, like um, he has the balance, accepts and works to integrate the idealist and the realist managers as well. Okay, so he weds them into productive style according to the problem. Okay, as we've mentioned earlier, it depends on the situation of the organization, right? So those are the five types of Filipino managers as um, um, given to us by Ernesto Franco, okay, one of the greatest pioneers of Filipino psychology or Filipino management. Okay, now let's talk about the style of Filipino management based on experience and observation. Okay, so we have three. Okay, let's start off with management by pakikiramdam. Okay, so in management by pakikiramdam, as we've mentioned before, pakikiramdam is um, like sensing, okay, sensing the environment. Okay, so pakikiramdam is a management style that relies on subordinates' anticipation of the boss's work requirements. Okay, so this type of passive leadership motivates employees through being friendly or feeling the other with the staff. Right? So this is because this style does not provide workers with guidance required to give them sense of initiative. So obviously, pakikiramdam results in a lack of initiative and a dearth of innovation. Okay, so it's just about feeling. Okay. Now, what are other things that we could note when we talk about management by pakikiramdam is they are working according to what um, one feels is the desire of management, right? So they follow exactly what management wants him to do, okay? No more, no less, okay? So what's their golden rule? Okay, the rule is management because management has the gold. Okay, so um, they have this personal loyalty to the people in management. So they really look up to the um, like the CEOs of the company. Okay, this kind of leadership or management is somewhat uncreative. Okay, and they are very dependent on the decision of the management. They don't provide their own decisions, right? Next here is we have the management by kulit. Okay, so kulit, which refers to a superior closely observes and controls the work of their subordinates by checking every detail of the assignment. Okay, so this then results in a lack of freedom within the workplace. Okay, wherein um, from time to time the manager is checking his employees. Okay, and in all aspect, one positive thing that we could note on this kind of manager is their communication. Okay, they follow up things requiring approval of management. Okay, they follow up things he has ordered his people to do. Okay, so every assigned task is well monitored and programmed. Okay, so another bad thing is he interferes in everything which is under his command. Okay, which, as I mentioned earlier, results in a lack of freedom within the workplace. Right, and last is the management by pachamba chamba. Okay, so pachamba chamba is a style of management that has no goals, no objectives, and no direct instructions. Okay, so it relies on trial and error, leaving success or failure to fate. Okay, so rather than making rational decisions, the manager often prefers buoyant actions that create disaster and disorder. All right, so this then leads to confusion among subordinates, resulting to insufficient organization on its operation, or um, inefficient, I mean. Okay, it results to inefficient organization on its operations. Okay, so um, they work without any direction or procedure. Okay, so bahala dyan. Baka makachamba. Okay, so he happened to be there because he happens to be the manager. Okay, so he has a system. Okay, which is the pakapakapa system, wherein it's just like you are trying out a new thing or a new work. Okay, so again, he tries trial and error method in everything he does. Okay, and as I've placed in your notes, no, his favorite song in everything he does is "Where Do I Begin?" Right. So that's the management by Pachamba Chamba. Right. There's one more that I was unable to include here in the PowerPoint. Management by Takutan or Sindakan. Okay, but then that's very uncommon. Okay, there are just a few. No? Now, let's talk about the systems of an effective Filipino manager. Number one here is the Tutok Tiwala system. Okay, so Tutok Tiwala system is like you are the manager. Okay, you want your subordinates to watch you like a devil, but you also want them to trust you like an angel. Okay, because of bipolarity of Filipino values. Okay, when we say tutok or you are in touch with your employees, like you are an authoritarian person. Okay, and the tiwala, the trust, is like your permissiveness to your employees. Okay, you also follow up the completion of the task because of manana habit and ningas kogon, wherein, as we all know, manana habit is instead of doing the work today, okay, because of your quite sleepy, you will do it tomorrow until the time comes that you have done nothing. Or the ningas kogon, wherein you will start the work, okay, you are very happy to start the work, but then on the latter part you will just leave it out there. Okay, and if you're also manager who is doing the tutok tuwala system, is positive appreciation and personal correction system are very important. Okay? That you appreciate your employees of what they've done, okay, and of course to correct what they have done wrong, right? And lastly is the yakap suntok system. Okay, so yakap suntok system is to give positive appreciation for positive values, okay, but then for negative values is to also give personal corrections or immediate reprimand using personal correction or also positive criticism or euphemistic speech character. Right? So you don't want to just appreciate what they have done, okay, but also to reprimand what is the wrong thing that they have done or the employees have done. Okay, wherein when we say yakap, it's like a democratic way of managing a team. Okay, and the suntok part is the being an authoritarian person. You have the authority, okay, but not only showing authority, but you show concern and tell the employees how much you trust them, okay, you trust their capabilities, and then tell the shortcomings as well. Okay, so it's like you are evaluating the good and the shortcomings of every employee. Okay, so that ends my topic. If you have questions, please post it in the comment section, and I'll try to answer it. Uh, I'll try to reply my answer in the comment box. All right. Thank you and have a good day.